How did Carson Beck go from being committed to Alabama for both baseball and football to flipping his commitment to Georgia? Beck grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and sports were always a part of his life. His dad played linebacker at Navy, and Beck showed size and talent from an early age. Initially, it was thought Beck would be destined to play baseball. He played pitcher in various infield positions, and as early as Little League, his strong arm was noticed. Beck attended Providence Day School for his freshman year. That year, he received an offer from South Carolina to play baseball, and by his sophomore season there, he was committed to the University of Florida as a baseball player. However, everything changed that season. The starting quarterback was injured with 4 games left of the year, and Beck was thrust into play. He excelled immediately, catching Alabama's interest. If Alabama's interested in you in football, you have to at least consider the opportunity. And Beck did. He decided to add football to the mix, committing to Alabama to play both sports. He also would transfer to Manger in high school for better competition in football to try and get his game ready for the college level. His 4-game stretch from his sophomore year was no fluke. That season, he threw for over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, won Mr. Florida, and led a team that was 2-8 the previous year to their first state championship in school history. However, Beck's commitment would soon be shaken up. After 7 months of being committed to the Tide, Beck decommitted. Alabama had undergone a complete overhaul of their staff. 7 new coaches, including a new offensive coordinator. Beck wanted to get to know these new coaches before making a new decision, so decided to decommit. But Alabama was very much in the mix still. But many new schools swooped in that didn't have an interest before, one of them being Georgia. And Georgia was a school Beck grew up dreaming of playing for, and shortly after visiting, he committed to become a Bulldog. Beck went on to have a great senior year, recording over 1,800 yards and 20 touchdowns. However, his first season at Georgia was an insanely talented QB room, and he would not find himself playing much as he would redshirt. In year 2, Beck was the assumed backup, and it seemed he would get his chance to play early. Leading up to a week 2 game, their starting quarterback JT Daniels was injured. Many assumed Beck would be the starter, but after what was speculated to be a poor week of practice, Kirby Smart switched to Stetson Bennett, and even as late as the morning of the game, reports were still saying Beck would start. Beck still got the chance to play in that game, but he was completely overshadowed by Bennett. Beck has even admitted after the fact he wasn't in the right headspace after not getting to start and didn't play his best football. Bennett then became the stuff of legends in Athens, leading the team to the national championship, and Beck knew the next season there was no chance he was going to start over a guy who just won the national championship. Many expected Beck to even transfer. He had his opportunity at Georgia, and it seemed he blew it, but he was willing to be patient, knowing he would be even more ready when the next opportunity came up. He backed up Bennett for another season where they won a national championship again, and the next season that opportunity came as Bennett declared for the NFL, and he won the starting job. In his first season as a starter, he led Georgia to a 13-1 record and an Orange Bowl victory. However, the Bulldogs don't play for the Orange Bowl. Georgia plays for national championships. The NFL was a possibility, but Beck had unfinished business. And in the NIL era, he can still make a good chunk of money while staying at Georgia. This year with the new 12-team playoff and Georgia sitting at 3-0, Beck will have a chance to try and do just that.